Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Pony Montana, and in this video, we are going to be going over a free Houston Texans offensive playbook ebook. This is pretty much, I am going through every single playbook and devising a nice little beautiful little two formation scheme that you guys can sit there and be happy with running in Madden 23. So if you guys like this concept, please leave a like, subscribe if you are new, comment below. FTA, you guys already know the vibes, man. For the algorithm, helps push these videos to more and more people. So if you guys are looking to run something a little bit more unique than your basic gun tight bunch, yeah, pretty much it. If you're looking to run something a little bit more unique than that, this is going to be the video for you. Houston Texans playbook. I am only posting these videos if I win a Super Bowl with them on stream. So if you guys want to check the stream out, man, pretty much stream it almost every day after I go to work. So yeah, everything is down in the description. So let's get right into it, man. And we're going to start off with abilities. Every single ability that I go through is pretty much going to be universal for every ebook that I post, but I do have to go over them every single time. And that is going to be Hot Route Master or some kind of tight end apprentices. But Hot Route Master is more needed in my opinion. Number 2, a throw velocity ability. People fail to realize that this is going to be the make or break on certain throws, and it's going to really determine whether you're going to get those zip throws in there. So Hot Route Master, a throw ability, and I always use Fearless. I know some people don't, but obviously if you don't have like a super fast release on your quarterback, anytime pressure is right in that quarterback's face, you will be overthrowing that ball because of pressure. Your quarterback's going to be under pressure. So again, abilities are all going to be, wide receiver based. And then obviously for your not wide receiver based, quarterback based. And then for your receivers, you're going to want short in on both of your tight ends and then short in on your slot receiver. And then anything else that you guys want on the opposite receiver. I have short in on everybody because I believe that it gets better and more consistent, separation on routes. And that's it for abilities. Nothing else that you need to know. Now for audibles, the play specifically, we're going over 2 different formations here. We're going to be going over the wing slot offset, and then we were audibling from wing slot offset into the deuce close, the gun deuce close formation, because it has this very, very glitchy RPO read flat wheel. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It's extremely glitchy. And yeah. So wing slot offset. So your audibles for the wing slot offset are going to be mesh spot, double pivot, stick nod vertical, and then PA read. You guys can take a screenshot of my audibles if you guys want to attempt to run this. It was a pretty fun offense once I got comfortable in it, but I'm not going to lie. It did take me, I believe, 2 or 3 times to actually win a Super Bowl in it. My first time I got obliterated because I was running the Texans playbook. And then my second time I ended up making it to the divisional round of the playoffs. And then I got beat. And then the third time 35-point comeback. It was phenomenal. But yeah, those are going to be the audibles for the gun wing slot offset. And then the audibles for the gun deuce close, mesh spot, lead read option, bench dig curl, and then the RPO read flat wheel. So again, as soon as you come out, if you want to come out in a run play, the RPO zone alert bubble is going to be the run play that you come out in. So we're going to come out in the RPO zone, and then on the defensive side, we're just going to call random plays. So just to go over some of the route concepts, this was one of the this play right here. One of the route concepts that I was going against with Dollar was this to me was one of the best route concepts. And again, it takes advantage of that slant post combo. So again, you guys can go ahead and take a screenshot of this, and don't ever forget, if you have a wheel on the field, you better be dealing it to that wheel that's on the field. Rhyming. I'm a rapper now. but this is going to be a very, very good concept, especially if you guys are facing the dollar meta, because as soon as they start blitzing heavy, as soon as these guys come down, boom, boom, and then they have two users that are going to be in the middle of the field when they're in dollar, right? Because they're blitzing the 5 people and you're getting pressure. You're going to be able to either hit this running back extremely quick, or you're going to be able to, they have to pick and choose whether they want to guard the high ball with the streak or the post that's coming across the field. So this is going to be a very, very good concept for you guys to run. So take a screenshot of this, save it. Make sure you guys have this in your audibles, and I'll just call it one time. And I don't know why, but this Tom Brady, if you freeform pass, he really messes up some throws. Honestly, it's kind of terrible. But let's go back to that mesh spot post. So another route concept is leaving that dig route and leaving how deep that dig route is. And we're gonna go ahead and put a crosser there instead of the post here, and then that dig route's going to bring in one of the zones, and one of these guys is going to end up open, and then we're going to put O on a streak, and then we have that hitch route to bring down any clouds. And this is another concept that you guys can utilize. And again, your first reads are going to be this. R1's going to be your first read. Whenever you have a wheel, that's going to be your number one read on the field, is to throw to that wheel route. If you see that it's open, you throw it. Number 2 is going to be the streak. Then you're going to make sure and look to see if X or square are, see where the user's going, whether they're trying to guard that backside dig or if they're trying to guard the crosser. One of them is going to end up being open, whether it's going to be in the middle of the field or on the crosser. And then your last read is going to be the hitch, or the hitch can be the first or the last read, the second or the last, because R1 is always going to be first. And if you go with the crosser, by the way, one thing that you are going to need to do, and I'm actually going to try to run it here. One thing that you are going to need to do is you're going to try to cut it off. Now, granted, Tom Brady overthrows everything for some reason. I have no idea why I went back to him. But you are going to want to cut this route off, because if they are playing zones, we don't have a zone that's going all the way back to pretty much cut that off. But as you can see, this is the crossroads. We're looking at this guy to see which one he's going to play, and we're going to throw to the opposite one. And we end up throwing here, and as you can see, Tom Brady ends up overthrowing it, but we want to cut that route off, and that's something that I was doing very, very consistently, very, very efficiently. Now, besides that, okay, let's reset the mesh spot. Besides that, we are going to be able to put triangle on a streak here. We're going to put this guy there. Actually, flip that. This is going to be the next route concept. Take a screenshot, save it, do whatever it is that you need to do. Now you can alternate this with taking O and putting him on a crosser, a post, something like this. Again, all of this is going to work. Why? All of these work. And again, you guys can take a screenshot of this if you guys want to, but all of this is going to work because we have everything that we need to do. We have our clear out route with the streak here. Then we have our drag route that's going to pretty much bring down any random routes that are on the field. And then we have the routes that are going over the top. So the middle of the field will end up being open. And then we have obviously our number 1 route here that we're going to be looking at. So our read progression is going to be as follows. We've got R1 going up the sideline always. If that route is on the field, that's our main look. Then it's going to be our drag. So our drag is number 2. If you see, again, and one thing that you guys always have to know, you guys always have to keep looking to see if the streak is open, all right? Make sure that your little vision cone is looking at the streak randomly to make sure that you can't throw that over the top, because a lot of the times, because he's going up the seams, if they're playing something like a cover 3, you might have that open. But then obviously your crosser and the deep in route is going to be your last reads when it comes out of this. So let me run this one time. Multiple people open, and I sat there and just staring at routes. So let me run that one more time, because I hate showcasing something and it not working. And actually, this is my favorite concept this is my favorite situation, is running this little angle route with the tight end. So let's run this one time, and this is exactly why. And that's before I called the play, by the way. I called that before I called the play. I feel like that's one of the best route concepts. And I'll go ahead and showcase the replay here. So again, don't be afraid to throw this route. Don't be afraid to look, because you can squeeze this pass in only if you have a route throwing ability. As you can see, I'm already throwing the ball. So So if this guy didn't end up getting the outside pressure here, this guy's wide open. Boom, we can hit him. We end up hitting him. This guy ends up open as well. And then this guy might be the only guy that's actually covered by this Richard Sherman here, because he's a very good slot cornerback. So another beautiful route concept, but let's go to a different play. We got double pivot, and I really only have one setup out of this, and that is taking X or A if you guys are on Xbox and putting him on a post route. I like to block the running back out of this, and again, it creates that high-low situation. And before I actually go through with this play, this route here is a money man coverage destroying route. This route there destroys man coverage. So right now you have two very good routes that are going to work fairly well against destroying man coverage. So these two routes here, the tight end route with the post and this zig route, destroy man coverage. Now the only problem is you can't hot route this tight end zig, kind of like the zig that's in U trips. You can't hot route it, but let's call it real quick. Now look at where O is, wide open, and we're able to sit there and get a nice little chunk of yardage after the fact, because that route destroys man coverage. I don't know why, and I got a lot of man abilities on the field here, but the other side zig doesn't, and that to me is an issue. Honestly, to me that's a problem that I don't like, but again, it's an issue that we'll have to worry about some other time. Now for this exact play, for this same play, another good route concept, because again, you're simply I ended up. So for this play, you're simply trying to make it so that you're running the same kind of concepts with better man beating routes here. So we're gonna go ahead, call that double pivot again. I don't know why it's like freezing on me. So we're gonna put X on a post again. And instead of leaving triangle on a zig, we're going to go ahead and bring them to the opposite side of the field, because again, we're creating that little high-low situation where this zig is going to beat man coverage, and then this route is going to end up beating man coverage too, because we all know slants do a tremendous job at doing so. So that's going to be the case there. And then if we run the play, very, very easy concept. Oh, he's actually blitzing me here. Actually did it. The computer just called engage 8. It's a beautiful thing. So one more time, because they called engage 8 and we obviously don't want to play against that. Oh, let me put this guy there. And if you want to add an extra route to bring down anything that's on that left side, put the running back on an in route. So again, you guys can screenshot this, add it to your repertoire, and go absolutely crazy. So pocket, R1's open, but we're going to go ahead. I have no idea how he intercepted that. I'm actually going to show the replay on that, but he actually looked like he was open. But again, I'll be blind sometimes. So if I can win a Super Bowl passing out of this, he's open. I don't care what anybody says. He is open. He is open. I don't care what anybody says. That's an open route, and I'm not blind. Shout out to Mr. Beast, man. He cured 1,000 people of blindness and forgot your boy. So that's going to be it for the double pivot play. Now the PA read play. Actually, let's go over the stick nod vertical play. So one of the main concepts that I was running out of this, putting that tight end on a streak, and that was pretty much it. That was number one. And your first read out of here is going to be the O route. The O route's going to be a snap read that you guys are going to be able to throw, kind of like how they do in bunch. So you're going to be able to throw that fairly quickly, and it's a very, very easy concept. But it's going to be a very, very quick throw. As you can see, you can get this animation here where you end up getting a bunch of yardage. And I was catching a lot of people off guard because they were waiting on the route coming out of the backfield with the running back. So if you're waiting on this route here coming out of the backfield, you're not going to know that this is coming, and it's going to frustrate you a lot. It's going to frustrate your opponents. Trust me, a lot. So again, very easy concept. You're going to look at O first, obviously. That's going to be your main read. Then you're going to look at X. You're going to look up the field to see if you can highball that. Then after that, you're going to look at square, because that route right there is a very, very quick in route. So as soon as you call it, it's a very, very quick in route. And as soon as I called that, he ran it as slow as possible. So mulligan. But those are going to be your read progressions. You're going to look at O first, then you're going to look at the streak quickly, and then you're going to look at square, and then your last read is going to be triangle. Triangle is a very, very good man beating route. As you can see, boom. It's a very, very good man beating route that is going to allow us to get over the top of, you know, a decent amount of clouds, which is going to help our game out. So another route, another situation that you guys can do with this. We absolutely love the wheel route coming out of the tight end. So this is a nice little concept that you guys can run here. Little angle route coming out of the backfield, drag coming from the tight end. And again, take a screenshot of this. Make sure you guys are having this on. Make sure you guys are having this. And again, you guys can always end up quickly throwing those passes. Unless they have acrobat, they're never touching that pass. Unless they're pressed or they have acrobat, they're not going to intercept this. So again, we got the streak on square. We have the drag with the tight end, and you can call this play like this, honestly. But obviously, we have a lot of different routes for quick hits. So you can add that angle route from the running back coming out of the backfield. So this is another concept that you guys can run. You guys can go ahead and save that. And then if I do this, the last one that I personally think is a very, very good concept is simply taking X, no streak on the field, putting him on an angle. So when it comes to this, you have a lot of separation here. You have the wheel route going up that you guys can hit very, very quickly. Then you have the angle route that gets open fairly quickly, because one of the main things with this is we're kind of forcing the user to sit there and just jump straight down trying to guard the running back or that tight end route. Well, when that happens, that angle route that's coming out of the backside here is going to confuse them, and you're going to end up sitting there with a decent amount of yardage. And then obviously you have a nice little crossing pattern coming from the opposite side. And if they are in man coverage, that triangle route gets open. Easy money sniper. You guys are good to go when it comes to that. Now, the last one, and I only ran one play concept out of this. I'm not going to lie. I did not call this play that often. But it was part of the audible. So I'm going to leave it in here. And that's simply taking X and streaking him and taking triangle and streaking him as well. The O route doubles as a very, very good zone beater because you're going to get over the top of clouds, and it's like a weird animation that you get. It's a weird corner route as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and showcase the replay on that. It's a very, very weird corner route. So as you can see, you can kind of throw this here too, because the computer's in a cover 3, which allows us to throw right in between the seams. So if we pass lead inside here, we're going to be able to get that play off. Same thing with the streak on the other side. So if I seen somebody that was just nonstop calling cover 3, I was putting these two guys on streaks, and then I was making sure that I had these corner routes going absolutely crazy. Now, because it's not that great of a man coverage beater, this is another concept, and this is one of the reasons that you kind of have to have Hot Route Master to run this at a decent level. I was taking square and putting him on a C route. So you can take a screenshot of this, because this is a huge, huge route concept that's going to get you a lot of yards if they are running man coverage, because if they're running man coverage without the deep blue on that opposite side, you're going to end up getting a decent amount of yardage. And then after that, you can take R1, put them on an angle route. And again, you're just simply finding ways to make that user have to play something that's underneath, so you can actually end up hitting those routes that are over the top here. So these are the calls. As you can see, Tom Brady likes to overthrow every single pass. So let's run that one more time. Beautiful route concept. And if they are in man coverage, the Hot Route Master C route is one of the best man beating routes in the game. I might make a separate video on that simply because it's something that a lot of people need to know. Now, next part of the ebook, what I was doing, if they were pressed, I was audibling into deuce close, and it's a fairly quick audible, fairly easily. And obviously you're just simply making your read out of this read flat wheel. And if your guy's open, your guy's open. If not, then get rid of the ball. If you take too long to get rid of the ball, and I'll actually showcase that now. If you take let me run that back. If you take too long to get rid of the ball, you're gonna be able to sit there and you're going to be able to sit there and pretty much get no yardage taken from, not no yardage, but no downs taken from you. Because if you hold on to the ball too long, you're going to end up getting a penalty. Okay, so you guys have to make sure that you're making your read fairly quick out of that. So if they're pressing, if the defense is pressing you, you're going to audible right into that, and you're going to pretty much quick hike them straight out of that, because it's going to take them, it's going to take your opponent a little bit to adjust to this little scheme here while they're trying to guard everything that you've been doing out of the other formation. So again, this is pretty much how it's going to look like. Now, I'm not going to go over the concepts out of mesh post because they're pretty much the same. And this bench dig curl is simply just, it's a bench route. You're simply running bench. There's not much else to it, but this is one concept that I was running out of this, is instead of the hitch, I was putting that guy on a drag and putting the inside tight end on a streak and allowing Andre Reed to sit there and cook. And this is pretty much one of the only route concepts that I was actually running out of this formation. So if you guys are looking for a nice little pass, this one was honestly working pretty well for me. And as I fumble, CPU fumbles are the best. But as you can see, it's a very, very decent playbook. And then the last thing that I was doing, because I did have Russell Wilson when he first came out, I don't think he's that good unless you're running gunslinger. I was coming out in this read option, this lead read option play. I was audibling into it. As you can see, the inside split changes. So now it's simply just an inside zone, and we're able to sit there and have pretty decent blocking going up the field. And I fumble again. This game is it's a great game. Great game, Madden there. So as you can see, again, Kittle. If you come out stock, by the way, this turns into like an inside split where this guy goes all the way across, by the way. And that's why I audible into it, because I feel like it's just a better run play when you run it stock. So again, you follow your blocks, you be patient with what you're doing. And if they're running something like dollar, go crazy, torch them, and frustrate your opponent as much as possible, because that's pretty much what we're here to do. And again, like I said, man, this play right here was catching them off guard all day. Now, that's pretty much it for these plays. There's not much else that we could do, because this mesh spot is literally the same thing as the mesh spot that's in here. But obviously we want to try to confuse our opponents as much as possible. So by calling this mesh spot, you make them think that you're running like the RPO read flat wheel, and then all of a sudden they have to change their entire scheme. But again, the concept remains the same, simply because we have the same number of people on that same side. So again, we can sit there, put our guy on a post, on a post, put this guy on a streak, and then we're sitting there with the slant post combo once again, but this time we have double streaks on the field, and this actually helps out a lot. What a beautiful laser. And that's pretty much it for the ebook, man. Very unique scheme, because again, this game is very, very, very based off of being able to audible into different formations. And again, that's why I'm going to try to do 2 different formations for every single little mini ebook. So these are all little mini ebooks that you guys are going to be able to win out of. I won a Super Bowl and I made a playoffs in another one. As soon as I hopped into this scheme specifically, I won a Super Bowl automatically with a 35-point comeback victory. Somebody's making a TikTok out there somewhere for it. So yeah, kind of got crazy. So hopefully you guys enjoy these videos, man. Hopefully you guys enjoy this ebook. Let me know if you guys have any crazy plays that are in this that you guys run. And the next playbook that we're going to be doing is the Bengals playbook. And again, we're not doing any meta formation, so we won't be doing like bunch or tight slots. I believe that's what current champion Henry ran. So we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be doing different formations. So my name is Pony Montana. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video, man. Like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. If you guys have any suggestions, leave it in the comment section and I will definitely take a look at that. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. As always, 2 fingers, deuces, and peace out, you guys.